So as you come back down Station Street looking towards Menangle Road, there's that big open field which we think is the link of all these heritage assets. And as you come down Station Street past the cottages, we'll have another look at the shop. So the shop, its barn and the hall were all built around 1904 and all by the same sort of architect as Gilbulla. So here inside the store you could buy anything, as it was set up as the main supplier for the Camden Park estate. So everything from haberdashery through to bakery, through to butchery, you could really get anything that you needed. It was a great both rural and domestic supply. So walking out to the bakery, the original baker's ovens are still in the back wall and still usable, and you can see it was obviously a very, very large shop. So the ovens are still usable and the original brickwork is all intact. If you look out into the backyard, there's a beehive beehive water tank, and they had a well in the ground here as well. Sorry about the pun. So there's the back of the barn. Under the stairs there's still on the back of the door a record of the semen that was used in the dairy and what bulls and cows were matched, and you know, quite a interesting document. Camden Park Estate was the first dairy to use totally artificial insemination in Australia. So now we're in the old butchery, where you can still see the original meat racks on the ceiling and a lot of the original brickwork, and they've even left some packing cases that were behind the wall panelling, you know, showing where a lot of the produce came from that they were selling. This hole in the wall here was where they used to pass the meat out to the customers through. So upstairs in the shop, you come through and you find that all the architraves and things are very well intact. As you come in, you find marble fireplaces, wood panelling on the ceilings, quite unique in that it's pretty well preserved. So as you walk out of the northern side or the northeastern side, you see the whole view. You can see the Elizabeth MacArthur Agricultural Institute that's there. They comes right up the corner of Station Street and Menangle Road. So that's the 4,000 acres of the State Heritage listed Camden Park Estate, now called EMAI. So as you look down across this field from the shop, it's a magnificent view. Old house here, down towards the Rotalacta and down Station Street to all the historic houses, the barn and the hall. Okay, so now you've had a brief tour around Menangle, and it's important that I mention the following. It's famous for three reasons: the 788 First Fleet cow pastures, it's the site of Australia's first pastoral company, Camden Park Estate, and it's the first Australian Rotalacta that put Menangle firmly on the map. So as a result, the Menangle village has within 6 kilometres 37 listings on the State Heritage Inventory, as well as 16 historic houses, making a total of about 53 historic assets. What I want you to do is to imagine the First Fleet explorers who'd not had fresh meat to eat for 8 years walking to this lush valley and finding a large herd of escaped cattle. Then imagine it by 1830 becoming 28,000 acres of the hugest property in Australia at the time, stretching from Razorback to the Nepean, from Camden to Douglas Park. This was the groundbreaking Camden Park Estate, and it was a leader, an innovator and it was known throughout Australia and in fact recognised throughout the world for its wool. It certainly exported brandy, wine and other fruit, and it was famous in Australia and especially Sydney for the largest supplier of milk into Sydney at one stage. Imagine also that it was almost a private village up until 1975 when the MacArthurs auctioned off what they had left because their family had grown so large. So it had 15 Australian firsts and was unique in that it is pretty well untouched today. So the community and council have got together. Council already had a heritage conservation area established here. The community suggested a visual curtilage around the village, but more importantly we've also suggested listing it as a historic village precinct with state heritage councils. Now Menangle already has 2 associational significances, 3 state significances, 1 rare significance, and lastly an outstanding significance. So every heritage expert that you talk to gives glowing, countless reports on the importance of Menangle. Menangle is an outstanding representative example of an intact 19th century village. Its rural setting provides evidence of its role as part of the MacArthur's family Camden Park estate and should be preserved. We're at the situation now where we need to do more to protect Menangle. The village centres around a field that is of the order of 5 acres. The rotolacta, the cottages, the shop, the hall, the school, the railway station are all around this one piece of real estate. The community held polls. We are 99% in approval of supporting the heritage in Menangle, as are council. The next step is for state government to carry out some form of whole planning for the area, not just spot rezonings or individual circumstances considered. Menangle is too important to lose. Once it's gone, it's gone. This is where the employees of Camden Park Estate lived. It is where the rotolacta was. It was where their dairy business was. And the villages, the buildings are basically still here.